I'm going to show you the layers feature, which when you begin to animate is absolutely crucial to understand. So we're just going to start out with this very simply. Anyone who has used Photoshop or Illustrator before, this is very similar, or it's pretty much exactly the same. So the layers is in the timeline right here. This right here is advanced layers. You won't be needing that for the class, and it will be very confusing. So for now, just leave it off. So I'm on my first layer. I'm going to stay in this single frame. We're not animating or worrying about the timeline at all for this week. So don't worry about the timeline. We're just going to stay on frame one. Okay. So I'm on the first layer, and I'm going to make a great big rectangle. Okay. I'm going to call this layer big rectangle. Okay, it's done. So this is a little bit like layers of paper, or some people describe it as layers of an onion, where one's on top of another, on top of another, on top of another, and you can see through all of them. It might not make sense right away if this is brand new to you, but it will very soon. So this symbol right here with that page, that always means new. So since this is a layer, it means new layer. So I'm going to make a new layer. This layer is called layer 2, and I'm going to change the color. How about green? That's sort of dumb. Maybe make it blue. Okay, so that looks very different. So I'm going to draw an oval on layer 2. And I'm going to call this green oval. So it's very helpful to name your layers. So this eyeball means you can see the layer. The layer is showing. Okay, so right now I have one layer with a red rectangle and another one with the green oval. So if I turn the eyeball off on this layer, you can't see it anymore. It's still there, but you can't see it. Same for this big rectangle. I click on this little dot under this eyeball, and I can't see it anymore. If you click this lock, it means that you can't draw on it anymore, which you don't really need to know. This color means that when you select something on the layer, that's the color that is going to be selected. So you don't really need to worry about that for now. So you can take these layers and you can switch them. So the reason why you can't see the green oval is that the big red rectangle is covering it. So if I hide this big rectangle, you can see the green oval underneath. So experiment with this layers concept. Just try something really simple like this. Name the layer and just switch them back and forth and try to understand what it is. Just for the drawing in terms of this week's project, it makes it a lot easier because things don't merge with other things, and you can very easily select and delete objects without making big holes. So that's one thing. But when you start to do the animation, every single thing will need to be on its own layer in order for it to work, and you'll really know your way around layers in the next few weeks. So start out with something very simply and try to understand it, so then we can build on that over the next few weeks.